Hey, y'all. The printer is doing the print the most. Let me my phone on do not disturb. Hey, hey, y'all. Hold on, let me I feel so nervous. Oh my gosh. Why do I feel nervous? Because I'm live, that's why. Hey, two Debbies. Okay. All right. You're he's about to start. 1 second. Okay. I know you didn't. I know. I muted the sound. Can y'all hear me now though? Yes. Can y'all hear me now? Thank you. Comfortable things. Y'all can hear me? Okay, good. Let me share it out to my Facebook group because you hear your dog, don't you? Doing the most. He is doing the most. He is doing the most. Let me stop this for 1 second and say hey to everybody. We are going to start with a goal to learn about what is going on with Delonda. Patrice, it's Patrice's birthday, craftable things. So y'all say happy birthday to Patrice. He is doing the most. He is doing the most. So I am sorry about that. But I am wearing my Wallapalooza shirt. So there's that. All right. So thank you. I know that y'all have a lot of questions, and I tried to I'm gonna have to put him. I'll be back. Y'all look at this. We'll go back to the Yeah. I cannot handle it. Hold on. I cannot. I cannot. And I will not. And I will not. I'll be right back. Just look at the look at the look at that thing for a second. I'll be right back. Let's try it again. Well, he does that every time I go live. Not sure why. All right. So before we get started, if you haven't liked the video, please go back and just click out, like the video, and come back in. And I'm going to tell you all the things. Oh, Lord. I am going to tell you all the things. And if my lips are chapped and y'all didn't say nothing, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Hey, Sharon. Oh, Lord. Woo. Yes, this is a Wallapalooza original. Okay, let me find my little old Vaseline. Y'all not gonna have me on here looking like Chris Rock. You're not. You're not. You're not going to do that to me. You're not. You are not. I'm almost ready. Oh, Lord. 1 second. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh. Okay. We good? Okay. So when I was thinking about how to do a story time, first of all, I've never watched a story time. And I was thinking, like, if I was going to tell a story, what would be the best way to do it? Because I don't want to leave anything out. The secret is Walmart whitener. I didn't want to leave anything out, and I wanted to make sure. Brenda! Wanted to make sure I got all of the most important points. First of all, let me say that my family completely surprised me yesterday with a retirement party. Had no idea. I rode in a car for like 30 minutes with a blindfold on. A friend of mine took me to get a pedicure, and she was like, we went to have like a little appetizer. And then when we got ready to leave, she said, you have to trust me because I'm going to need to blindfold you. I was like, what? So I was trying to like figure out where we were, but I couldn't. When we got back to my house, I realized I was at my house because your dog Milo, your sponsor, started howling. And then I was like, oh, I'm at my house. Why do I have on a blindfold? Well, when the blindfold came off, all of my friends were in my backyard, and I was so shocked, and I had to try to get myself together. It was hard because I was surprised. I didn't even know how to respond. I didn't even know how to respond. It was amazing. It was amazing. So And I think I said, I can't believe it. I probably said it over 100 times because I still just couldn't believe it. I just kept saying, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, where were these chairs and tables and who did the food and how did you contact my friends? Like Morgan said, she came and took my phone in the middle of the night. She stole contacts out of my phone. She deleted the Ring app from my phone. Hey, I wonder. So it was just very unexpected, and I'm so grateful. So grateful, y'all. It was amazing. I just cried like a baby. But anyway, but if you are just coming in, thank you so much. This is the goal, to learn about what is going on with Delonda. Oh Lord. So I know, Renee. It was amazing. I put I put together a slideshow, a PowerPoint. Is the I tried to capture the most important things that you would need to know if you just worried concerned about me, or you want to know like how did all this happen. Um, like you want to know all the things because I want you to know all the things. So let's get started with that. And if somebody comes in and they're like we're on, because it's like 14 slides. If we're on slide 11 and they come in, just tell them to go back. Like go back and watch start from slide 1 and make their way on. Okay. For those of you who are just coming in, don't forget to like the video. This is my Wallapalooza shirt. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. LaShonda, not yet because, thank you, Stacy. Not yet because I stayed up so late, just like laughing and talking with my friends, and it was just so amazing. It was, I can't even. It was just amazing. Hey, Yolanda. So let's get started with the slideshow, and I'm gonna go through it and help you understand what is going on with Delonda. Okay, so that's the goal, to learn about what's going on with Delonda. All right, so let me get back to it. Get back to it. Hold on. Go back here. And I'll try to do it in a way that y'all can kind of understand what's going on. All right. Hey, Ernie. Hey, Spanky. Hey, Samira. Hey, Gail. Okay, so like I said, I put it together as a slideshow to help y'all. And I'm going to go through what I think are the most important things that you might want to know. So here's the agenda, if you will. You're going to meet my family. You're going to learn about how and when I got started, a little bit about me as a professional, I'm using air quotes, cricketer, because cricketing is really not even a word. What happened in February 2023, what happened in July of 2023, and what that means for now. Hey, Chic. Hey, Marshall. So this picture right here, this big picture, this is like one of my first videos. This is like top 10 things I wish I had known when I first got started. And it's so crazy that I look back at that now, because even when I was making that video, I had just got started. So it's like, girl, you can't give advice because you are too new to even know what you're getting yourself into. Yes, Melissa, it was amazing. This picture right here is a picture of me at work, and you can see the butterflies in the background, and that's going to be important for in a minute. You'll see why. This picture right here, of course, is when I earned the 100K plaque on my YouTube, my silver plaque. I already love it, Diane, the fact that I do not have to get up in the morning. People are like, oh, I'm going to call you tomorrow, Delonda. I'm like, please don't. Hi, Stanley. Oh, Lord. Okay. So here's my family. Most of you already know who they are. So There's my husband Peter, my son Miles, and then the girls. There's Milo the Howler. And then that's a more recent picture of us over here on the right. Like, please do not, because there's no need. We'll talk another day, okay? All right. Before this, and this part right here is important. It's important now for me to tell you about this book and how it impacted me and how it even led to this moment before I even knew about this moment. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second, and we're gonna talk about it. So this book right here, and I tabbed it a lot because there's a few excerpts that I want to share. I didn't know it at the time, but I read this book during the pandemic, right? We're all at home, we're trying to figure out life, blah, blah, blah. So I was back at work, and at our school, only the pre-K and kindergarten students had come back. So it wasn't even open. The school was not open to all the students just yet, right? So we kind of have just a few kids at the school. And I like to read books that are encouraging, like self-help type kinds of books, books that will empower you. So yeah, I like to read books that are educational, but I also like to read books that kind of help me be a better person. And this is one of the books I read, and it impacted me in a way that no book had ever impacted me. And hi Rhonda. And I want to share a few excerpts from it, not everything, and just kind of tell you how or why it impacted me. So the book is called The Seed, and it's about finding purpose and happiness in life and work. In life and work, right? Yeah. So one of the first excerpts from this book, it says, everyone must embark on a quest to find their purpose. Begin with your heart, and be careful of your mind, because it will often play tricks on you and deceive you while you're on your quest. Like, really think about that. It's so many things. There's so many nuggets in this book that just spoke to me, that made me like really take a look at myself and take a look at the way I was thinking about things. I'm sure there is an audio version, LaShonda. I've only tried audio one time, and that was on a book called The Alchemist, and I hated it. Maybe it was the voice. I don't know, but I did not like it. I'm sure there is though. But at the bottom, it says, God uses all means to communicate with us to guide us on our journey. So it's just different excerpts from this page that kind of like stuck out to me as I was reading. So here's another one. It says, this is a point where the guy is in an airplane, and the pilot was talking to him, and he was telling him, everything becomes clear up here. I love my job because every time I fly above the maze, I'm reminded of the way God sees us and the world. Similar to your view of the maze from the plane, God sees your beginning, middle, and end. You may feel lost, but God knows where you begin, where you are now, and where you're supposed to go. The big picture is clear when you see things from a higher perspective. And so what that meant to me, or what I got from that, was that our view of our life is so limited. It's limited to what we can see, right? You are limited by your view of things, right? So you have to really think about the way, and I'm not going to get all religious. I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm just telling you, this is my story, right? This is Delonda's story, right? I have to remember that my view is limited. My view is limited to today. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. None of us do, because sometimes if you think about it, you can't even handle what's going to happen tomorrow, right? We can't handle the future. The future doesn't even belong to us, right? Not yet. So when you're thinking about things, you have to keep that in your perspective, is that your view of everything is limited to what you can see. Okay? So that was another thing. Your past leads to your future. Your future is connected to your past. You can't have one without the other. To see your purpose more clearly, you have to go backward in order to move forward. Think about your past, and you'll find clues to create your future. So that kind of stuck out to me. And this was like a aha. Do not let what you have to do get in the way of what you love to do. It didn't mean anything to me then. When I was reading this, it didn't like, oh, what does this mean, right? It didn't mean anything to me then, but it started to. So I'm going to read some more excerpts, but not right now, okay? So just keep those things in your mind as we go along. I'm going back to the PowerPoint, okay? Okay? So if y'all are just coming in, don't forget to like the video. And don't forget what the goal is, to be, learn about what's going on with me. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So before the channel, before any of it, I read this book. All right. All right. So then fast forward, I purchased the Cricut Explore Air 2 for Madison and Morgan. And they didn't want it, right? So this was Christmas 2020. That's our living room. They're wearing a sweater that's like connected, right? And they just, the girls, for those of you who don't know, my girls are twins. And I thought that I was going to be Mother of the Year, okay, when I bought that Cricut for them, because I was like, they are going to love it. And they did not. So still got our tree up. I'm sitting at the machine by myself because they had no interest at all, like zero interest. They were just like, you know what? You really did not buy that for me. Like, you didn't know what you were doing, because no, we're not interested. Okay. So, eventually somebody said, Delonda, you should start a YouTube channel. So if you look right here, March 15th, 2021, which is 3 months after I got the Cricut, I started the channel, and I started just like learning how to, like, I was like, this thing is so confusing when you take it out of the box, and there's so many things that you just don't know. You're learning as you go. And I was like, I don't want anybody to experience this. Like, I don't want anybody to go through what I'm going through. This is ridiculous. Like, it should have come with more instructions. And I was just like, I'm just going to, start this. Well, somebody said, Delonda, you should start a YouTube channel. I was like, no way. And I was like, I'll just try it. And I said, I'll do it. Miles had gone off to college, and I was like sad, and it gave me a reason to like not be in my feelings. And I just said, I'll start the channel. I started the channel, and then, it started growing. So if you've been here with me since 2021, you will remember that I actually started all of my crafting in Miles's room. So like, if you look behind, like right here, this door right here, let me see if y'all can see that. This door right here behind me, Miles has a bathroom in his room. And so behind that door is a bathroom. Like, I still have that vinyl roll holder hanging on the wall. I was sitting at a folding table. Like, that is a literal folding table where you play cards. Like, that's really what people normally use that for. But I was using it to do my crafts. Okay. In front of me was either Morgan or Madison. Most of the time it was Madison recording for me. And behind her was Miles' bed. I just want y'all to know, like, it was for real, humble beginnings. Okay. So Over here on the side, we had a table still, like this is like the corner of his room. Milo is right there, just like on a desk. So here's like that whole setup. I even was crafting on the ironing board. Okay. Thank you so much. Melissa, I know you've been here with me from the beginning. So just in case y'all didn't know that, like some people haven't gone like back. So then eventually the channel started growing. I know y'all seen a lot of these. Like I would say thank you every time I reached another milestone. At first it was like every 1,000 I was saying thank you, every 1,000. Then it got to a point where I was getting to like, oh, and I didn't even put these in order, but you get it. 40 to 70 to 65. You shrinking again, but you get where I'm going with this, okay? Then fast forward to February 2023. So some of you remember this. In February 2023, I traveled to San Diego, and that was when I met Jennifer Maker, Angie Holden, Corey. I met Courtney. I met like all of them. I met Michelle. I met all of them because we stayed in a house together for the weekend that Jennifer Maker had rented out. So like we were like on the corner, like we had a beach view. It was amazing. It was amazing. And at that time, we were not really talking business. But what I want you to know is about all of those women in that picture is that out of all of them, I'm the only one who was still working outside of crafting. So like let that sink in. Like they craft in some form or fashion. So like this right here, that's Sharon back there. She Pineapple Paper Company. All of them, all they do, they craft in some way. They blog, they craft. They make products, they sell things. And I was still working as an assistant principal and still like crafting, burning the midnight oil. But all of this happened, the invitation happened because Jennifer Maker, and I'm gonna stop sharing for 1 second and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to that part and we'll get back to it. Some of you remember that I was on live and I was doing like a tutorial on how to make a shirt, and Jennifer Maker joined the live. Some of y'all remember that. And I was like, that's not really her. That's like, why would she be on my live? This is not real. It's a scam. Like I was saying all the things and y'all were like, no, it's no sound. No sound. Sound, no sound. Hey, Dimps. Okay, sound. Okay. So I was like, that's not real. And then Patrice was like, I checked, like it's really her. And then Jennifer, she was like, you don't see the check? Like you don't see the blue check, green. I don't know what color the check is for YouTube because I don't have a check. She was like, you don't see the check? I was like, I didn't know there was a check. Like I didn't even know you could get a check on YouTube. Like the little like verified check. I didn't even know there was a thing, right? And then she reached out to me afterwards to say like, hey, we're gonna like connect so we could do like a collaboration. She said, I've never done a collaboration before, but I would do one with you. So y'all know I'm an emotional wreck a lot of the time. So I was like, I'm going to cry when we get off this thing. Like I'm gonna go in the room and cry. So I went and told Peter, I'm like, Jennifer Maker was on my live, and he was like, who is Jennifer Maker? I was like, oh my gosh, like he didn't know, but I explained it to him and it was fine. So fast forward, that was in I think January. Like so, at the end of January, she was like, "I'm going to be going to San Diego." She had rented a Airbnb with Angie Holden, and it was just going to be the two of them. But that one got flooded, so she ended up getting a bigger one. And she was like, "We just want to fill up the rooms." And I was like, "Jennifer, look, I'm quirky. Like, I'm telling y'all, like this is like things that really just my Facebook group." The people in my Facebook group know about me. Like I'm super quirky. Like, I don't want to share a bathroom. I don't want to go to the beach. I'm not getting in a hot tub with y'all. I'm that doesn't appeal to me. I don't eat salad. I don't eat salad. Like all the things. Like I don't like. That don't even sound like a good time to me. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not putting my phone number on a spreadsheet because I don't want anybody to send me a group text. I don't want to be in any group text. I don't care what group it is. I do not like group text. So I'm not even gonna set myself up for it. So like they were like, oh, we should just add our phone numbers to this spreadsheet and we should like give our flight information so we can all be at the airport. I'm gonna come to the airport, but I'm not putting my phone number on that spreadsheet because somebody's gonna send me a group text and that's gonna take me over the edge. So if I could share the spreadsheet with y'all, I would, but what you will know is that my phone number is not on it. Okay? I cannot. I'm just telling you. There's like so many things, and not that the quirkiness bothers me because I love me. I'm just telling other people to prepare themselves. Like, if you think you want to spend time with me, these are the things you should know. I'm going to tell you the truth about how I feel if you ask me. So like, do you really want to know? Because I'm gonna tell you. But like, yeah, so I'm just telling you like the truth. I'm like, we're gonna get in the hot tub. I'm not gonna be in there with y'all. I'm not. That that don't even sound like fun to me. I don't want to do that. I don't get in the ocean, so I'm not going to get in the water. Like that's where the animals use the bathroom at. You want me to put my body in that? I'm not doing it. Okay? Not. So it's like she was like, "Oh, Delonda," she said, "I'm quirky too." She was like, "Don't worry." She's like, "If you feel uncomfortable, you can tell me." Like she was so nice about it. She was so nice about it because even my mom was like, "Girl, you are crazy. You do not need to go." Oh, I know who that is. I'm just telling you. So yeah, and I know it's easy to do group text because it's like, you can just one hit a quitter, right? But there's always that one person who doesn't understand when the group text is over. And there are like certain things that you don't have to do in a group text that, it's like unwritten rules. Like if somebody laughs, you don't have to laugh at their laugh. You don't. Because then that's just another notification. Who needs that? So I do not. And if I give somebody my number, I always say, do not share my number and do not send me a group text. And I will block anyone, and I mean it. Ask my mother. She was lost in Houston because she thought I was joking. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Okay. And here's another thing that a lot of people don't know. Some people do know. If I send you an emoji, that's just my way of ending the conversation. Like if I send you a smiley face, that's it. That means I'm done. Okay? There's that. Okay, so let's get back. So yeah, I'm just telling you. Yes, and I'm not even gonna get that. My mother she's a woman of a certain age, and Lord knows I love her. I love her. But baby, she does not understand group text rules. So I had to mute the whole family. Now we're in the group text, but they're on mute. Okay. All right. So February 2023, I went to San Diego. It was amazing. It was amazing. So Jennifer Maker said, we're all going to sit together at this table And everybody's going to have 30 minutes to talk about one thing they're struggling with or one thing they need help with. So, because I don't know a lot of stuff they know, which I still don't, and I probably never will. I will never, right? Um, they were talking about, oh, I need help with, blah, 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 things I never even heard of, right? When it was my turn, I said, well, I just want a logo. That's all I want. The only thing I want is a logo. So Corey, right here in the back, right here, she was like, I can do that. She made my logo for me. So at that time, I realized that I needed to really change my name, because before my channel name was Cricketing with Delonda. And I think it was Corey that suggested that I change it to something that was more universal. So she was like, maybe Crafting with Delonda. And I was like, oh, that sounds so good. And so that's what happened. So I learned about, I got a logo in February 2023. I changed the channel name in February 2023. And I purchased the domain craftingwithdelonda.com in February 2023. And that's when my mindset started to shift. Okay. My mindset started to just be like, okay, wait a minute. This is something. This is like, I didn't even know what a domain was and what a host was and how important it is to have a domain and how important it is to have an email distribution. Like, I didn't even know any of that, because all I knew was how to teach people how to use a Cricut. Okay. So all of this stuff is starting to evolve and things are starting to change in my mind. Okay. So hopefully y'all are following. All right, so that was February. Fast forward to July 2023, last month. I finished my 25th year in the school district. Peter, that's my husband, he was right there to celebrate with me. I attended Wallapalooza. I was recognized as for my growth as a content creator. It was time to start year 26. I realized I was not living in my purpose. I realized I was not living in my purpose. And I started to feel very, very anxious about that. I started feeling very, very anxious about that, because it was time to go back to work. So I'm gonna stop sharing again, and I'm gonna go back to an excerpt from the book. Thank you. So fast forward to more from the book, because now you're seeing how the book is connecting to how my mind is shifting, right? One of the things it says in this book is that it's not the job you do that matters. It's the energy and mindset that you bring to your job that truly matters. Burnout is more often caused by purpose deficiency than vitamin deficiency. So what I was experiencing every time I went to work, because I was going into year 26, I felt like I wasn't living in my purpose. I started feeling, I actually started feeling terrible. I started feeling like a dead weight. Like, I was there, my body was physically in the school, but my mind and my heart were not. I'm being honest. And I know that's hard for people to hear who still work in a school. Like, why would you start the school year? Why wouldn't you just end it, at the end of last year? Why would you go back and not be 100%? I went back out of my loyalty to my principal, because I love her and I love her leadership and I love the way that she treated me, and I love our relationship. I love our friendship and I respect her. And I knew that leaving would create a hardship for her, and I didn't want to do that. So I was struggling. And I know that some people will not understand. And really, it's not my job to help you understand, because it's not your journey, it's my journey. It's mine. And I have to take this walk, and I have to be responsible for my decisions. Now, could I have stayed on my job and earned a paycheck and faked it for a whole year and gotten that money, got that paycheck, got that salary? Yes, I could have. And I'm sure a lot of you know people who work in education who go to work and fake it, and they don't have the right heart, and they don't have the right mind for students and for teachers. And they get a paycheck and they go home. That's wrong. That is wrong. Education is not the same as working on an assembly line. So if I was working on an assembly line and I was making books, and my job was to put the cover on the book, and I pick up the next book and put the cover on, pick up the next book and put the cover on. If I rip one of the covers, I'll just grab another one. It doesn't impact anybody if I do that. But when you're working with children who look up to you, who respect you, who revere you, who show you honor, or you're working with teachers who really want to know how to do their job, who are new to the profession, who have that passion, who really are there for the children, then you have to be in the right headspace. And because I'm true to myself, I knew I was not in the right headspace. So, yeah, I could have faked it, but who was that helping? Who was that going to help? It wasn't helping me. I mean, you could think it was, because, yeah, girl, you better get that paycheck. And it was a good check. It's a good paycheck, baby. The check was good. It was. But my heart and my integrity would not let me keep going to that school taking money that I know I haven't earned, because I wasn't earning it. I'm telling you the truth. It wasn't right. It wasn't right. It wasn't. It wasn't. So I went back thinking that I could do it. I went back thinking that, I had talked to Peter, and I had talked to my friends, and I had talked to my mom, and I talked to all of these people. And the one thing I had not done is that I hadn't prayed about it. I had not, and I'm telling you the truth, I had not prayed about it. God, please give me wisdom. Please give me direction. Please help me to know when it's time. Because I don't like what I feel. I don't like trying to wake up and hurry up and get to the school by 7:40, because, honey, it never happened. It was not a reality. It was always a dream. Even when the time was 8 o'clock, I can't do it. I could not do it. And because I trust God so much, I feel like I would know when it was time. I would know. It would be so clear to me that nothing else would matter. So we were back at work, because administrators, I was an assistant principal. Administrators have to go back before teachers and students. We're trying to get ready for the teachers and students. We're doing schedules, and we're doing, classes, and we're, putting all the things together, and all of the stuff behind the scenes that teachers and parents know nothing about. And one day, my principal came back from a meeting, and I was like, it's time. It's time. I have to tell her. It's time. So when she came back, she was like, oh, I got to tell everything that happened at the meeting, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, I'll be right back. And I said, when you come back, we need to talk. And I said, it's time. She said, time for what? I said, it's time. Where's the paper? She said, what paper? I said, it's time for me to resign. Where's the paper? She was like, no. Like, she was scared. I was scared. We cried. We cried together. And she wanted me to know that I had helped her, even though I didn't feel like I did. I didn't feel like I had done anything productive or helpful or good or honorable. Like I was completely out of order. But she wanted me to know that I did. And we thought, me and her, we thought that I could make it to October. And then I went to Wallapalooza the next day. The next day, I left to go to Wallapalooza. And I got to Wallapalooza in Fargo, hosted by Heat Transfer Warehouse. I got there after everybody, and I had to leave before everybody. And I didn't like that. And when I was at Wallapalooza, I was learning that everything they see, everything they talk about, because once again, I was the only one there who was still working outside of crafting. I was the only one there who had a YouTube channel that still had a full-time job. So like I really had to take off work and like think about that. And I was recognized for the growth and all. I'm burning the midnight oil, staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. All of these people have time. I didn't have time. Something was wrong with that. Something was wrong with that picture. And it was when I got back, I was like, I can't do it. So I was like, I need to call HR. And I called HR and I said, I have to resign. And she was like, people don't do this at your age. They get on the path and they see it all the way through. I said, yeah, what I tell my kids is you don't just quit a job, you give a 2-week notice. And at that time, that's what I did. I said, I will give a 2-week notice. I intend to work for 2 weeks. I will help get the school year started. And then I'm going to have to say goodbye. And because I'm not old enough to retire, I had to resign. So I called TRS, Teacher Retirement System, in case you didn't know what that is. And I said, hi, this is Delonda. Oh, let us look you up. They look you up. And I said, tell me what my options are. Like, well, ma'am, you don't qualify for retirement. I said, well, I already resigned. He said, well, you won't get paid until 2028. I said, okay. Unless you come back and work half-time. You can come work half the time, 20 hours a week under TRS, and you'll still earn points towards your retirement. And since you've had so many years in the district, you're fully vested. You'll be eligible in 2025, December of 2025, if you work part-time, consistently part-time. So I was like, oh, that sounds good. Let me go talk to my husband. I came home and I talked to Peter. I said, hey, I called TRS. They said if I work half-time, I can start collecting my retirement in 2025. He said, for what? He said you trust God. You already resigned. What you're saying is you kind of trust him. He said, no, you don't need to work. I got you. He said, I want you to focus. I want you to have the time you need. And I want you to continue to do the things that make you happy. So let's go back to the slideshow. Hopefully y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Picking up what I'm putting down. All right. So realized I wasn't living in my purpose. Continue. August 2023, I resigned, and my daughter wrote the most beautiful letter to me. So this is what my office looks like now that I've taken my stuff out. I left all those books for the person that's coming in who's new. There's everything. Okay. And I am going to stop sharing again and read the letter to you that she wrote to me. And yesterday I was able to read it without crying, and I'm going to try to do that again today. So some of you know Morgan. I have 2 daughters, Morgan and Madison. Morgan is the one who has some videos on my channel. She's done, like, she has a little playlist. She's made some things here on my channel. Out of all of them, she is the one who's most willing to help. She's the one that's most willing to like do videos and stuff like that. Miles will do something if it's going to earn him money. Madison really has no interest in this at all. Okay. Okay. So this is the letter that Morgan wrote to me, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, Dear Mommy, they still call me Mommy, even though they're taller than the house. She said, I already know that if I say this in person, I will definitely cry. So it's best if I cry behind this screen while typing this. Yesterday on my way to work, I was feeling emotional about you retiring. And then when I got home, you told me that you put your 2 weeks in. While this is such a bittersweet moment, I'm so proud of you. I will never forget my first day of kindergarten. You were there to walk me to class, and you were there for me every single time I needed you. You were there to celebrate our birthday in class when you brought us cupcakes. You were there at every assembly when we earned Super Tiger. You were there for every play and every show we were in. Even when you weren't physically in our classroom, just knowing that we were in the same building all day was so comforting. When I moved on from elementary school, you told every teacher that you were on speed dial, and you meant it. If a teacher was giving me a hard time, you had no problem speaking up for me. You were there when I tried out for clarinet for the first time. You were there for every basketball game, every softball game, every induction, everything. I'll never forget when you had a deep obsession with buying new suits, and we had to try everything to convince you that you didn't need a new one. From that glass jar of peanut M&Ms that you used to keep on your desk, to us taking naps under your desk before we walked to intermediate school. I will forever cherish every moment with you during your time in the district. Although you don't feel that same passion now that you used to have, I truly believe that you will be leaving a legacy as you leave the district. Every student, teacher, specialist, and everyone else that crossed your path in those 25 years is truly lucky to know you. Every time you got moved to a new school, you always decorated your office the exact same with butterflies. While I don't think you thought anything of it, a butterfly symbolizes transformation and new beginnings. And that is exactly what you are doing. I have no inch of doubt in my mind that we won't be okay after you retire. God had this in his plans way before time, and to be able to witness this is so amazing. I have said it before, and I will say it again. I have always been so inspired by you and your hard work that you put into anything you do. I pray that you take that with you into the crafting world and never look back. As you end this long, beautiful journey and enter into a new one, I pray that you enjoy what God has in store for you and continue to positively impact people around the world. I am so proud of you. And I love you more than you will ever know. Dr. Ford signing out, Crafting with Delonda signing in. So I know there are going to be people who don't understand, and that's okay. Those are not my people. Thank you, Danielle. I am going back to the PowerPoint. So there's the letter. So what does this mean for me? Is more time to create content, the ability to balance the roles that I have, continue focus on teaching and learning, and opportunities to learn how to use other machines. And what does that mean for you? Consistency, just a continuation basically of what I've been doing. What it means now is knowledge of who I am and what's important to me, and just maybe more time here and there. What this not mean? This does not mean sales. Not in the sales, y'all. I do not want to do it. I do not want to do it. No, 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 no. No one-on-one support, no email support, no support via messenger, and no classes. No, 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 no. That's not what I want to do at all. Thank you. No, I don't want to do any of that. So, no, no, no. Okay. Things to know. If you feel like this is your journey, or if, any of this is speaking to you, I think that it's important that you pray about finding your purpose. Yeah, it's important that you talk to your friends and your family, but they can't really direct you on your life, right? Like, they can just tell you what they know, but that's really not their journey either. If you feel like, you want to start a YouTube channel, my biggest piece of advice is that there is only one you, right? If I had gotten on YouTube and I was trying to be somebody else, or like somebody else, or, imitate them, or have their same mannerisms, or like that would have, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. So you are you for a reason. Get on and be you. The people who are here with me, they're here because they like something about me. And the people I watch them because I like something about them. If I turn on a video and I see somebody trying to be like somebody else, I turn that off. Because that is a turn off. I don't like that. Remember that everyone's journey is not the same. So my journey is not your journey. Yours is not mine. Hold on. And then God blesses us in order for us to bless others. So, yeah. Like, remember that. Like, if you have been blessed in some way, you can be a blessing to somebody else. Okay. All right. So let me stop sharing. There's a couple more excerpts that I want to just share from this book. And thank you, Sonia. So I'm at the end. So like 3 things I want to share. You were born with a purpose, not just for you, but also for a bigger purpose beyond you. You were made to contribute to others and to the world, and each one of us is the beneficiary of talents and purpose of our neighbors, our colleagues, and other human beings. To not seek your purpose and to not live it is to deny the gifts that you are meant to share with others. All of us have a gift. Like, some of us have the gift of gardening. Not me, because my thumb is literally brown. Okay, that would be the color of my garden. Like, girl, your garden is dead. Okay? Okay? So some people can. Some people can do sewing. Some people can do embroidery. Some people can do, like, whatever your gift is, right? Because all of us have a gift. Right? Some people have the gift of, like, card stock. Like, I got the most beautiful card yesterday, and I know the person who created that card has a cricket. That card was amazing. It was amazing. Like I was feeling the card. Okay, I'm not ever amazed at cards, but I was amazed at that card. All right, so here's my other thing. Y'all, the people who know me, like, and I'm saying like know me, like the people who are like in my Facebook group, because that's really where I interact, right? That's really where I interact the most. One thing that they know is that how I feel about money, because there are people who feel like money is everything. Like I just want to get the money. I just want to chase the paper. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be rich. That's not my goal. Like my goal is to just teach you everything I know. Like that's it. My goal didn't change. What my goal was in March of 2021, that's still the same goal. That's still my purpose. I want to teach you how to do stuff and I want to inspire you to open that box. That's it. That's it. And those two things don't have anything to do with money. Because the money is actually a byproduct of doing something you love. Like it happened organically. I did not even know you could make money from making videos on YouTube. I did not know that. I didn't start out like I'm going to go to YouTube and make a lot of money. That's not my goal. Because really, if you like really think about it, if my goal was money, I would not have walked away from my salary. And I promise you it was a good salary. I never looked at my check and be like, oh my gosh, how are we going to survive? Okay. And I'm not worried about it now. But anyway, it says Joshua, that's the guy's name. Joshua didn't care about money. Abundance in the form of money, happiness, and friendship is a byproduct of playing your note and contributing to the symphony of life. Okay. Hold on. I'm almost at the end. My last thing I want to share. You give, and you give, and you are replenished because you reap the harvest that you sow with your seed. What you give comes back to you exponentially. I'm not on a quest for money. Because I've said it, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yes, money is important, it's good. Like, oh my God, it's good to have money. But you can be broke and still be blessed. And you can bless somebody even when you don't have money. You can bless somebody with your words. You can encourage people with your words. Sometimes that's all somebody needs. In order for the harvest to happen, you must sow your seed. You must plant yourself, because unless the seed dies and goes into the ground, it can't bring forth fruit. You must do the work. And when you do, your small purpose will grow into your bigger purpose, and you will be given a bigger field to grow and produce a bigger harvest. You have to plant, you have to sow, and it's going to come back to you. It's just so good. Just like so many good nuggets in that book that I just love. But anyway, that's my story. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully you got something out of it. You learned something about me that you didn't already know. And, hopefully it makes sense to you. That's really it. Y'all, I don't watch it. I'm telling you, somebody's like, you need to sign up for this. You need to. I don't want to turn on a video and buy something. I don't want to. Can you just teach me how to do something without selling something to me? Like, that's, please. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I don't want to be in sales. My why has not changed. My reason for being here has not changed, and I don't see it changing in the foreseeable future. One thing my sister suggested maybe a year ago, and I thought about it, was like maybe, you know how like there's like painting with a twist, like maybe doing cricket classes where I buy all these crickets and I rent a space and people can come learn how to do, cricket or whatever. And that sounds so good. But when it comes down to it, it's still sales because people will be signing up and they have to pay. And I don't want to do it. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in sales. Nobody is benefiting. You're not benefiting anything. And I'm not living in my purpose when I'm in sales. My purpose is not to be in sales. Like, do you want to buy something? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, like where's Peter Popoff in the miracle water? I don't want, like, if I drink this water, I'm gonna get $17,000. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Thank you. I'm gonna just drink this Pure Life water from Walmart. Okay, that's it. So hopefully you found this helpful, and you're going to continue on this journey with me, because nothing is going to change. I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing. I just won't have to wake up early in the morning and go to work and then be thinking about it and come. I'll have time. I have time to think and have time to process and have time to spend time with my husband and my children and your sponsor. Okay, so. All right, I'm gonna say what I say about road rage, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I think they have a live coming up. All the things with T. I'm gonna say this before I go. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Hey, Monique. I used to think that my purpose was tied to my career. So I was an assistant principal, and I thought my purpose is tied to being an assistant principal, but it's not. Your purpose is not tied to your career. Your purpose is not tied to your career. And I was so happy when I realized that was one of the things that I got from this book. So it just inspired me. It really inspired me. And like I said, I had read this book before I even had the channel. I had this before I even knew about YouTube. I had never watched a YouTube video. I didn't. Is Eve on live? I think Eve is going live. So I was supposed to be talking fast and we're over time. Okay. So road rage, y'all, it's unnecessary, it's senseless. Just don't do it. Okay. Nobody needs to have a red light special. Okay. Red light special means you trying to give somebody the right finger of fellowship because y'all at the light at the same time and you mad because they want to go around you and y'all trying to cut each other off. Like, just don't even get yourself involved in it. Keep your eyes on the road. Get where you're going. If it means turning your music all the way up, do that. Okay. You don't need to be getting into road rage because people are going through stuff and they take it out on other people when they're driving. Okay. So just don't even get yourself involved in that. Get where you're going, arrive alive, eyes on the road. Don't even look at them. Don't be like, well, let me just tell him how I feel. No, there's no need for you to tell anybody how you feel. Okay. Just get where you're going, even if it means you're going to be what? Late. Like I was every day. Okay. I made it on time one time and I was so proud of myself. I was like, girl, you did that. Wrong. Okay. All right. So be good to each other. Pray to God for wisdom, direction, purpose. It's okay to talk to your friends, but they can't really do nothing for you but talk. Right? They can't. So you need to be talking to the one who can. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. And hopefully it helps you understand me and my journey. If you did not get a chance to like the video, please click out, like it, and whatever. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all. Go back and watch Linda.